Hey everyone, welcome back to the Recovery Channel. Today I'd like to discuss predictors of success, something I've read into quite a lot. I'm interested in being successful on YouTube. I'm going to treat it as a job and I will see it paid. So I'm quite interested in predictors of success, and here's what I've read about successful people and how they've got to where they've been. So my first example is my favorite neuroscientist, Sam Harris. Obviously I've got a lot of videos on Sam Harris and his Waking Up app, how much he helped me recover my software after the stroke. When I went to rehab and the neurologist said, think of it like a computer, you've lost software. And at the same time, I was listening to the Waking Up app every day, and Sam Harris was discussing brain tissue or thoughts of patterns as software. So it really resonated to me. So here's a little bit about Sam Harris. While he was doing an undergraduate degree in neuroscience, he was already writing papers. I think he'd written 4 or 5 theses. He'd also written a book while he was an undergraduate. If you know anything about a thesis, it's incredibly hard to write and to get over the line. To do that as an undergraduate, that's a predictor of success. He wrote a book that outsold the professor that was teaching him neuroscience. So he wrote a book on neuroscience as an undergraduate, and it outsold his professor's book. So yeah, I think if you've had a stroke, there's a lot to learn from Sam Harris. Definitely look up his stuff. He's very helpful. My next example is Jordan Peterson. Now decided to get his life together, stop drinking and smoking, and focus on academia at about 25 years old, I believe. And he was writing theses as an undergraduate, and books as well. He's writing books very early. He started to record all of his lectures and put them on this new format called YouTube. YouTube was in its infancy then, years and years ago, but he got onto it quite early, so maybe that's part of his success, but he's also worked terribly hard. I think he's written more papers than anybody else on earth. He works really hard, Jordan Peterson. He's constantly writing, constantly working. My third example is actually Henry Ford. The 6-cylinder engine was out, but he wasn't happy with it. He wanted a V8. His lead engineer said it wasn't possible. He didn't take that for an answer. Henry Ford would fall asleep on the floor of the foundry, and he'd get 3 or 4 hours rest, and then he'd get back to work. In fact, a young boy was hired to carry around a glass of milk and some bread to stop Henry Ford dying from malnutrition. That's how hard he worked. Quite closely related, Elon Musk. He slept on the floor of the workshop while creating Tesla. He lived at Tesla, and I mean lived there. He slept anywhere he could. He'd get an hour's rest and then he'd get up and start working on more problems. So Elon Musk worked terribly hard, and he's done quite well out of it. So my fourth predictor of success is I've seen a lot of GPs since my stroke, which was 7.5 years ago. I may have seen 100 GPs. And I made it a point to ask every one of them the same question because I wanted to get a unanimous answer, and I got one. I said to the GP, male or female, whether they were 25 or 65, I said, how did you stand in your class as you graduated high school? And the answer was unanimous. Every single GP said they were top 5% of the class. Every single GP. So there's a really good predictor of success. If you've got any predictors of success that you want to share with me, let me know. Thanks for listening, guys. See you later.